On this episode of Bondi Vet.
Prepare yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's given this brave little puppy such a shocking war wound?
Looking at this horrifying wound, I really can't say if Luna will pull through.
First of all, we have to lever it back into place, but then we need to work out a way to actually keep it in place.
Chris comes up with an ingenious solution for a turtle's shattered shell.
I'm looking for some bra clips.
He's in there. Have a squeeze.
And Tim tackles an antelope with a lethal set of horns.
I'm a bit nervous.
I would be.
Good to feel nervous.
Yeah, it is. Jeez, you're right, he's strong, isn't he? Yep.
You make my world a better place.
Come on, there's your girl.
I can depend on you.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, beautiful. Who are you?
This is Luna.
In Isleworth, nurses Nina and Sam have called Scott downstairs to see 3-year-old Luna.
What's going on?
So Luna came in, she was out on a walk in the woods and then she suddenly fell over and started screaming.
The young Cocker Spaniel's just been rushed into the practice after a freak accident in the park.
Pretty nasty wound she's got.
Okay.
So we've just put a dressing on it.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it off now to show you.
Okay.
Good girl.
Oh,
Well
good
done,
baby. Can't be too bad. What was she missing for a long period of time, or?
No, just out of sight for a couple of minutes. I
Okay.
found like it's not really sure what happened or what caused it. Prepare yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, gee. Oh my God.
Looking at this beautiful Cocker Spaniel, I'm horrified.
Luna, what's happened? Oh, I tell you what, I'm glad you're wearing that, because you don't want to see what's happening back here.
I have never seen anything like this in my 23 years experience as a vet. This is a wound like nothing else, and it looks like she's been bitten by a shark.
Yeah, well done.
Hey, I'm sorry, it wasn't me, That is grim, isn't it? That is out of a horror film.
Although Luna's been given a pain relief patch, removing the temporary dressing is excruciating.
What a brave little dog Luna is. That must have been extremely painful to basically be skinned alive, and this brave little dog really is holding it together extremely well.
Oh, baby, it's so brave. Oh, you're still wagging your tail. Oh, you're a good girl. I see we've got some pain relief on board, so that's excellent, just what she deserves. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that in your career?
No, it's massive. Yeah.
All right, well, we've certainly got our work cut out fixing that then, ladies. I think let's give her an anaesthetic and let's put her out of her discomfort for the short term, and let's try and fix that unbelievable wound.
It can't be underestimated just how serious Luna's injuries are and how life-threatening they could be.
Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. I tell you what, she is so lucky that she's still here. Because if she was caught on a fence, you know, there's a massive artery about as big as my finger that runs just there. You can see it pumping, look. See just there's the femoral artery, and if she had caught that, then she wouldn't be here now. There's no doubt. It's just hard to fathom, isn't it? Like, God, you're going for a walk in the park with your dog, and then it looks like Jaws has attacked it. Anyway, it's a pretty dirty wound. Luckily, we do have quite a bit of skin to play with here, so I think that we should be able to sort this out. All right, well, should we start just giving her a bit of a clip and a clean, and let's get her into surgery, shall we?
It's incredibly upsetting to see a dog suffering like this and to see the extent of an injury just from a walk in the park. And not only that, the owners are really distressed as well.
You were saying it was more just the screaming from her because she was in so much pain. And you just said every time you shut your eyes, it's all you could think about, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was quite traumatic, you know, for something that you love that much, to be in that much pain.
But I mean, it is massive. You know, if you think of the actual size of the dog, I mean, that hole's about the size of her head. My job now is to understand, is there any skin missing? If there is skin missing, then I'll need to find skin from somewhere else. And the way that I'll do that is by doing a flap, which we extend over the wound itself. So I might have to go quite high up on her flank, on her side, in order to find that skin, alongside using the skin which is contracted down her knee. But it's a big job.
Looking at this horrifying wound, I really can't say if Luna will pull through, because it is such a huge wound. And although it's a superficial wound that I have to treat, it's massive. But you just don't know what kind of injuries might have occurred underneath. So all I can do is to try and close this horrendous wound and hope that this little dog makes a full recovery.
This is really helpful, yeah, there is a moment when you're doing a surgery like this where you do go, shit, because you've made the hole twice as big, and it was already pretty big before. So, yeah, it is a bit of a squeaky bum moment.
Squeaky bum. What does that mean?
It's when you feel nervous and you fart. Yeah. You never heard that? It must be an Australian thing. What I'm doing is tacking. So I'm basically putting tension is underneath the superficial layer, the epidermis, to try and encourage it all to come back together. So it's just a little time consuming. I'm sure people watching this would be quite horrified by this injury, and so are we. But actually, one good thing about it is that all this tissue is nice and healthy. So it looks very red and very angry, it's bleeding, but that's good because it means it's got good blood supply and it's almost certain to heal very well. And that's that.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
I think that's a fantastic job.
I'm so knackered.
Yeah, it's a lot of stitching.
1 million stitches, yeah. So I've just finished the procedure on Luna and it's very rewarding. So we now have a dog that has skin covering her from top to bottom, which is the way nature intended. And she's gonna wake up and recover and grow back fur, and you'll never know that this horrific injury ever happened. Get your dad to come and pick you up. Yeah.
2 hours later, and Luna's ready to be reunited with her incredibly relieved owners.
Here's your baby. Okay. So I'm just going to gently pop. I know, that's mum and dad, isn't it? There we go. Oh, that's a nice way to play.
I can't tell you how rewarding it is to be able to correct such a horrific injury that Luna had suffered and send her home to her loving owners.
You love your daddy, don't you?
It really is a lovely thing that we do.
No, it's incredibly upsetting to see something like that.
You've done an amazing job.
Oh, thank you. You can't say it's anything else but a gruesome injury. And I just can't believe she's wagging her tail. You're so sweet. Yeah, happy to see Daddy. She's got antibiotics, she's got pain relief, but she'll make a full recovery.
And animals are resilient and brave and still able to sort of go home and be happy. They don't feel sorry for themselves, and it's quite cool.
All the best, guys. See ya. Bye, sweetheart. Yikes.
This part of North Queensland is renowned for having some pretty fast and some pretty deadly wildlife, but the animal I'm about to go and see is one of the slowest creatures around, but it's that speed that may have just got him into trouble.
Chris is answering an emergency call out for an unusual hit-run victim.
boys.
Hello. Are you the turtle I come about?
Hello,
No? Hello,
how
you
are
going?
you?
I'm Chris.
Christy, lovely
Nice
to meet
Christy.
you.
Hey guys.
Say hello, this is Xavier and Tane.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming. We've
That's
got
all
a
right.
sick turtle.
Yeah, where is he?
Just through here.
All right.
Christy is concerned about an injured turtle she found on the side of a busy local road.
He was almost getting hit by the other cars passing by, so we got out of the car, we picked him up and we saw that he'd had a big crack underneath, so we brought him home and called Marlin Coast. This is Donatello.
Donatello. Who named him Donatello? Where did you find him?
He was just on the side of the road.
I might get him out and have a look at him. He is a big turtle. He's a lot bigger than we get back home.
Really?
Yeah, you bet.
We breed them big up here.
It's a monster.
Okay.
Guys, could you just grab my little box there?
Good boy.
Thank you. The first thing Christy noticed when she picked up this turtle is that it has a crack. Sometimes the crack in the shell can only be a hint as to what's occurring beneath the shell. So my worry is that if the car's hit this guy hard enough, then it may have actually ruptured those internal organs. We could be looking at a pneumothorax, so a punctured lung, or even more serious internal injuries. So that is a big crack right there. When you look at where the injuries are at the front of the shell, underneath, and also the chip here, it's safe to assume that when it was hit by a car, the car hit the front half.
Yeah.
What I find amazing though is with this neck being so long, how the head hasn't got any injuries.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, he finds it incredibly hard to tuck all of that neck and head inside the shell. So he's either been incredibly lucky or there are injuries that we just haven't seen yet. I'll just check out the rest of him for any other injuries.
So it is a boy?
Well, that's what I was going to look at.
Is that a tail or?
It's a tail, but would you call him Donatello?
Oh.
You okay with Donna?
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Look, I'm quite keen to take her back to the clinic and x-ray her to see whether she has any other serious injuries.
Yeah.
So we're going to take her now and go and patch her up.
And when you finish, can you take her back here? And then we put her back where we found her, but not on the road.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know when she's all fixed up. Even though we've cleared up a few mysteries, like the fact that he is actually a she, there are still quite a few unknowns here. We truly won't know the extent of Donna's injuries until we get back to the clinic. An x-ray will give us a really clear view about what's happening underneath that shell. And once we do that, we'll be able to plan out what sort of future she has. Okay guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks again.
See you later, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Got a big crack right across the middle there.
Poor darling.
So I might x-ray her straight away.
Yep.
In Cairns, Chris has arrived back at the Marlin Coast Veterinary Hospital with Donna.
Yeah, that's a nasty wound.
Now we've made it back to the clinic, the reality dawns on me. This is where we have to try to fix this shell. And the more I look at it, the more I realise it's going to be one hell of a task. Do you have a box? I just need to find a way of positioning her on the x-ray, so I want to get a view straight through the side of a shell.
Yeah,
Any old cardboard boxes or polystyrene boxes? Nothing, I've got an idea. What do you reckon?
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
With vet nurse Crystal giving the tick of approval, Chris is now ready to put his unusual invention to the test. You're not happy, are you? And deservedly so, but at least you can actually look me in the eyes and express your displeasure about this situation. All right, I'll make this quick. There's no doubt in my mind that not fixing Donna's shell is simply not an option. With an open shell like this, bacteria can just go straight inside the body, and from there, we're talking about a serious infection that could very well be fatal. Okay, she's pretty settled now. Okay, ready to go? You're very good. That neck just goes everywhere, doesn't it? Okay, we just need one more shot here. This might actually be the hardest one of all. Just straight on. Turtles obviously look like very unique creatures, and they certainly are. But you have to remember those bony plates that make up the shell are really there to protect the internal organs. Once you go through the shell, chances are there's something significant sitting underneath it. The fact is, in order to fully assess how serious Donna's injuries are, we need two views, one on the side and one from above. We've now taken those, so it's time to see the results. Wow, didn't expect that. There are really a few important parts of this x-ray. First of all, we want to see the initial injury we knew was already there, this crack in the base of the shell, and that's certainly showing that whilst it's there, it's not penetrating into any body cavities, which is really good news, but also it's allowing us to see the rest of the shell and see that there are no other cracks, there's no other damage that's been caused by the car. Although the first shot is good news, it's the second x-ray that holds most of the concern for me, because it'll reveal whether any organs have been damaged and whether any infection has taken hold. It's a very different view, but what it does show as well is that this head and neck, it really does protrude out the outside of the shell, and I'm still amazed that it hasn't been run over, because by the looks of it, there are no fractures through this neck region here. All the feet and leg bones are intact and fine, right down to these back legs. They're incredible creatures because they have almost all the same bones that we have, only they look so completely different. It's just all kept within this shell that's meant to provide that safety barrier for them.
Donna's shell has saved her life, but it's come at a cost.
I've never treated a freshwater turtle this big and never had to deal with a fracture in a shell this large. My concern right now is that maybe there is no way of fixing this injury. First of all, we have to lever it back into place, but then we need to work out a way to actually keep it in place, bearing in mind that we've got an animal that's going to rely on the shell for protection. Fixing turtle shells like that, it's never easy, and right now I'm not even sure how we do fix it. The tricky thing here is that you've got quite a thick shell that's fractured the whole way through, and the x-ray proves it. They are incredibly hard to fix, and right now I'm not even sure we can fix it. If we can't fix this shell, then Donna will never be able to go back to the wild, and infection will be a constant concern for her. There is something that I've seen done before, which might work.
Yeah. Is it a bit of a gamble?
It is, but I might need some of the other nurses' help. Do you guys don't happen to have spare bra clips? I'm being serious.
Well, I could take mine off.
Sorry, that wasn't a request. I just... Quite seriously, there is something I can do with bra clips. You left. Is there a shop that would have something like that? Like the clips that attach the bra at the back?
It's just one down the road at the shopping centre.
Yeah? Okay, is that going to be the safer option here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave now. I'm not sure if bra hooks have ever been used to fix a turtle shell before. I'm guessing not, though. Hi there.
Hi.
Hey, I have a rather interesting request.
Yeah?
I'm looking for some bra clips.
Some bra clips?
Not for me.
Yeah?
I've got all the support I need, but it's for a turtle.
A turtle?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Do you have any little clips that I can sort of put over a crack in a shell and kind of tie some wire around? Just little metal clips is what I'm looking for.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. How about if we go that way?
Yeah, okay.
It's not every day you get somebody coming in, especially a vet, looking for a bra clip. I think something like this, because you've got so much of a backing on it, that would probably glue better. And then, if you
what are
turn
they
it...
for?
These are for your pants. So you hook them around and see the hook in here? So you might be able to hook it around, just like doing up the wedding dress, that one.
I've got a lot of experience with that.
Exactly, yes. You come in looking for a bra clip. I think he's got a one-track mind, but he's all sorted out now. I've sold him something else, hunky-dory. Our little turtle's going to be fine from now on.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, see ya. Have a good one.
Yeah, we'll do.
See you next time.
Of course, there'll be a next time.
Bye.
See you later. Good news, guys.
Oh, yay! Bra straps for everyone.
Well, funnily enough, not. Went for a more masculine option of trouser hooks.
Trouser hooks.
Yep. So, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
So we might get Donna set up for surgery and
Yep. Let's get her on the
going.
table.
Get you going.
Can I get you to hold her there?
Yeah.
The challenge we've got in repairing this shell is the fact that it's living tissue. It has a blood supply, so we're actually pulling some of it back just so we can get those ends of the crack together. Well, it's not easy, and it can be quite traumatic. The helpful thing here is that by putting a neck like that, it should show off a jugular vein.
At the moment, because we're dealing with a creature we don't routinely see that has an injury that is quite rare, we're having to go to extraordinary lengths to come up with a solution.
Just stick your finger in his mouth just to see if he's asleep yet.
After you.
These jaws are incredibly powerful, so if I can avoid losing a finger, it'd be ideal. Sound. She's a real challenge. I mean, you're dealing with a patient that takes up to 10 minutes to fall asleep from her anaesthetic. And from there, she's still got the ability to chomp down. So we're having to be very careful, but also really plan out every move. Okay, let's get this in here.
Donna is finally anaesthetised, but suddenly there's a problem.
She was breathing every 4 seconds. It's starting to slow. And I'm probably going to have to start breathing for her now.
There's just a bit of concern at the moment because we're not seeing any signs of life out of her. These guys are renowned for not really giving too much away. Their pulse rate's incredibly low, respiratory rate's incredibly low under anaesthetic, but we can't get any sign of life out of her at the moment. She's gone from biting my finger to all of a sudden being incredibly deep, to the point where we can't see any breaths, we can't really get any sort of pulse rate, we can't hear a heartbeat.
You happy for me to give her a breath?
Yeah, give her a breath. Oh. It's alive. It's bit me on the finger.
Okay.
Being bitten on the finger by a turtle is normally something I dread, but I've never been happier for it to happen. Now it means I can finally get on with fixing Donna's shell.
You can see just how much that's overriding. This needs to shift all the way up there, but the problem is it's now not going back into place. So we have to take some of that off, and then hopefully the forces will relax. We can actually slide those two plates together. If you clean her up, I'll get started on this and we'll just move quickly.
Yeah.
The equipment we have to use is essentially equipment we normally use for orthopaedic surgery, where you are operating on bones. So it helps, but it still makes it very slow progress.
The whole point of cleaning these edges are all about making sure we minimise the chance of infection, but also we give ourselves the best chance of getting a strong bond.
We're still overriding quite a bit there, so I may just try to take a bit off the end here. So I've decided to take a bit more of a dramatic approach, because if I just continue to sand back that shell, we're just never going to get to the point where we're getting these ends of the shell to meet. But with these rongers, which are essentially bone cutters, we're able to really get to a good point where it's looking like the shell's starting to align. Okay. It's starting to look more like it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Really part of the battle here has been trying to get this crack back to really healthy tissue where there's nothing dead and there's nothing where it shouldn't be. So now I'm pretty happy we're in that place. So it's time to get some gloves on, get started.
I'll open it up and you can just have it.
The way we're actually going to attach
these metal clips is kind of the same way as you attach braces to teeth. It will form a resin that goes directly on and really bonds the shell to the metal of the clip. Weirdly getting flashbacks of when I had braces. They're not happy memories. Be really careful to leave what is the crack and essentially the open wound here very clear of anything, because that's living tissue, that has to heal. It's going to form a scab and then a scar. So we're going to run some wire between them all, but we're still dealing with some big forces that are going to try to pull this down. So what I'm thinking is, using an oversized paddle pop stick or a tongue depressor, we're going to glue that in place, and that's going to be a really supportive brace just to counteract those forces. Make sure we get the angle right here. The wood as a material is perfect because it has a little bit of give, and you want some flexibility just like the natural shell does. This has really become one of the most bizarre surgeries I've ever done.
With everything in place,
okay, that's a good start.
Chris can now start the final stage of the reconstruction.
So we're using a figure 8 pattern to balance out the forces and make sure that it's pulling in a really parallel way. So once the wire's in place, it's just a simple matter of twisting it to tighten it, and naturally we'll actually apply that tension across that wire. And it's that tension that's going that direction that's actually going to bring the shell back together.
After 90 minutes, Donna's surgery is finally finished.
All right. So looking at it, we've got a good supportive structure across the top here, but now between these clips, it's really bringing those edges back in together nicely. There's no overriding. Everything's looking like it's pointing in the right direction. All right. We can wake her up.
Yeah, looks great.
The nature of turtle shells means that this won't be a quick recovery. It's going to take weeks and months for that shell to get its strength back. But thankfully here, in this vet clinic, she's in safe hands. She just needs to learn to live a slower pace of life.
All right, so this is your temporary home. Once you're all healed up, you know what you can do? You can use those snapping jaws as much as you like.
The team here at Marlin Coast will look after Donna for the next few months, and then those clips will be removed, and then she'll go back to the wild.
Have you got reinforcements?
We might need them.
What's going on?
Oh, you'll have to wait and see. Hand him his equipment, Rodney.
Hey, mate. Not bad, Tim.
You're going to need them.
We looking after an animal or maintenance?
You're doing a bit of grooming.
Hey, some grooming. Righto.
All right, we'll head up to the yards.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
After you.
Tim Faulkner is at the Hunter Valley Zoo, about an hour from the Australian Reptile Park. He's been enlisted to help out good mate Jason with a mystery mission.
There's all kinds of different animals here, different species. Some are just beautiful, some really exotic, some a little bit big and nasty. I don't know what Jace is up to, but I know Jace well, and he's up to mischief.
He's in there. Have a squeeze.
He's going mad.
Yeah.
I peer through a little hole in the fence, and looking in I can see a beautiful and big male antelope. I've got a feeling that this task Jace has sprung on me involves catching him, but I've got no idea how.
I've got to trim up his hoofs. They're a little bit overgrown.
Fair enough. And how do we catch him?
Well, you grab the pointy end, and we'll look after the rest.
It's a black buck antelope, and because of the soft soil here, it's much softer than where they're naturally found. So their hooves don't wear down so much. And when that happens, they can splinter, they can crack, they can become infected and be a big problem. So the goal today is to catch the antelope, restrain him and trim his hooves.
Okay, Rodney.
But catching this wily Indian native won't be easy.
They have super long horns, about 600 mil long. They can jump 2 metres up in the air. It's going to be quite a dangerous operation.
Geez, he's moving.
He's lively, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to be a handful to catch, isn't he?
I'm a bit nervous.
I would be.
Good to feel nervous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's an impressive animal, isn't he?
He is.
Let's get into it. Okay, Tim, he's going to make his way around. Yep, grab him by the horns. Yep, grab him by the horns. Well done, mate, well done. Get a hold of the other one. Yep. Up against the wall, yep, let's go.
Jesus.
You're right, he's strong, isn't he?
Yep. That's better.
Yep. Okay. Yep, we'll get these feet up. Hang on tight.
Now we've got him restrained, and Jason's on the back. He's up against the wall. Priority is keeping the antelope calm, safe, and as stress-free as possible. We put a blindfold straight on. Thank you. That just allows him to settle. He can't see what's going on around him. Then we can get the job done quickly, painless, and let him go. How's he look?
Yeah, just one side's a bit longer than the other, but we'll just shape that up and he'll be fine.
Rodney just knocks a bit off the end of each hoof, and that just keeps them nice and level, because if they're uneven, they can limp, one can grow more, can get out of control.
One toe's a bit long there. Righto, back's done.
The much-needed pedicure takes just a few minutes.
There we go. How's he look, mate?
Looks good, all done.
We've finished all the hoof trimming. Now we've got to get him released out of the yards, in with the girls safely.
Ready?
Okay, mate, you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3.
All yours, mate.
Whoa.
Job well done.
Thanks, mate.
What did you think of that?
Oh, I loved it.
That's
I was
good.
terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified. It's so unfamiliar for me, but, well, I felt like I caught him well.
You done well. Done
He's
extremely
healthy,
well.
happy, and he's out with the girls.
He's good to go. Everything's gone great today, all gone to plan. I really appreciate Tim's help today. It's made it so much easier. He looks like he's settled in, mate, doesn't he?
He looks good. Hey, well, thanks for asking me.
No worries, mate. Thanks for your help, mate. I'll walk you out, mate.
Yeah,
Let's go.
good on you.